are back, people. Welcome to Throwdown, episode 316, 2021. I'm your host, Tony Polanco, and as always, I'm joined by Emilio Lopez.
Sup, people? How's it going?
Chris Seeley.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Carlos Romero.
Yo, yo, yo.
Adam Vale.
Up, humans. We're alive.
Brett Murdoch.
What's up, people?
And Brian Monjoma.
Man, that Valhalla cross-division DLC trailer that Ubisoft just released yesterday is good.
Oh, man.
I told you.
Yo, 2021 ain't playing, but, throw it as always. We don't get into that. We're your safe haven away from the world.
Yeah. If you want all that, play Division 2.
Yeah, play Division 2. You know, when art becomes life. By the way, I haven't looked at myself in a mirror or anything in 2 weeks. I'm looking at myself and I'm like, damn, I lost some weight over the fucking the vacation. What the hell? Who is this guy staring at me? Anyway, we're back from vacation. We're back from vacation. People, hope everybody had a happy holidays, Christmas, New Year's, Kwanzaa, whatever the fuck you celebrated. Hope everybody.
Oh man, today's Orthodox Christmas.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Damn. It's crazy. So, yeah, we're back. I hope everybody out there had a good time during the holidays. By the way, shout out to You Should Know Me Too, a.k.a. Decent Nuts, who was our contest winner of the PS5, who enjoyed his PS5 and probably still enjoying it over the vacation. So, good stuff, man. So, yeah, we're back with another one. I was looking forward to it. I'm like, ooh, Throwdown. Let's fucking go. Even like last Sunday, I was like,
let's throw down, yo.
But yeah, we're back, and I hope
this is how you know how long it's been. It's that when I went to sign in the Discord, it was like, oh, we see you got a new computer. I'm like, no, I didn't, and I had to do all the two-step and log in, take a picture, prove it was me. I'm like, it's the same fucking shit.
A Y2K shit right there.
Yeah, it's been so long. See, Y2K shit. It's been so long that my fucking Discord wasn't sure if it was me. It was like, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, man. How you guys? How'd you do over the holidays, man? Anybody do anything special? This was obviously a weird time because of the Rona and all that other shit.
Special.
I did something.
Oh, what'd you do, Adam? Adam always has something, man.
Yeah, I always got something, but but this is gaming related. I'll keep it gaming related. I decided we always talk about attacking a backlog and stuff. It's like, but I went all out. I did it. UFC 4 started a career from beginning to end, and my fucking guy got retired. I took screenshots of that shit. The damn game retired my created character. It was like, you can't do no more. You're the GOAT. You won 2 belts in 2 different divisions. You're legit. Finished that. Then I started going after Batman Arkham Asylum. When they did that remake shit, playing that on the PS5. Right? Yes, Return to Arkham. So I think I'm halfway through with that. So I just been really going into all my older stuff, and I have all these other newer games. I don't know. It's something about it. I just decided to just jump back into some old stuff.
Nice.
And then redo my wrestling.
Yeah, man. Look at that shit.
Yeah, my wife, she made me that ring.
Yeah, Adam, for the people listening at home, what are you pointing at?
If you're not listening, so in the back of me, usually I have like comics framed, and I'm definitely gonna put them up again on the other side. But I would tell my wife, it's like, it'd be cool if I can get a shelf to put some of them, not all of them. I have too many, but if I could put some of them, make it look like a ring or something. And sure enough, for Christmas, that's what she did. She made the shelf. It's got ropes. She put this little felt thing, so that way it looks like a mat. I was like, she did a good job. And she was like, well, let me see if it holds up, and we're also going to be moving. So she didn't want to put holes into the wall. So she actually used command strips to keep it up there. So there's a bunch of command strips up there. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. But she was like, if it holds up for a while, then, I can get some more. So I might put 2 more, whatever, and just put them up. But yeah, that's pretty cool.
Uh-oh. By the way, people, a little bit of a Adam, can you say that we had a weird technical glitch for some reason? Fucking Discord, man. Thankfully we didn't go off air, but just you were talking about strips.
What? Oh yeah. So the command strip. So my wife, she went through it. So if you ever do get the chance to look at the video, you can see this. It's all put up with command strips. There is no screws in the wall. Because we're going to be moving this summer. And she was like, I don't want to put any holes in the wall. So she figured out a way, and she put in little ropes. And I mean, it's crazy, but she did it. And it's holding up so far. It's since Christmas, and then now we're on the 6th. It's still there. I got 5 figures up there, and pretty good. And for those who don't know, the listening, whatever, I have Brody Lee. I have from when he was the Bludgeon Brothers. Behind him, I have Sting. That's a defining moment. Sting when he returned to WWE. I have in the middle, I have The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, the Ultimate Edition. Next to that, I have Pentagon Jr. All right, Mexican luchador, also in AEW, and behind him, but you know who that is? I don't know either. And then behind him, I have the one and only Raven from ECW. That's awesome, holding a barbed wire bat. I got my Sabu over here. It's fucking dope. I love that Sabu.
On the arcade cabinet, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because eventually I'm gonna push him up there. But yeah, he's on the cabinet next to him. Rob Van Dam. Doing his thing. So yeah, it's cool. I mean, if I turn the camera on the other side, you see like another 40. It looks disgusting. I got too many. My wife's like, you got a problem. I do. It's ridiculous. But yeah, but besides that, that was my thing. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go attack some older shit, even though I got a bunch of new stuff. But a lot of them I finished. I didn't finish Valhalla and the Spider-Man, but I finished the Call of Duty and a few other ones. And I just, something about it, I just like, I want to just clear out some of my backlog. And when you start scrolling through your games, you always see something, you're like, man, no, and you keep passing over this shit. That's what happened with these. I'm like, I keep passing over it. Let me just do it. And I did it, and I finished. So,
nice.
So yeah, that's it. That's what.
Yeah. We'll get back into what we've been gaming, later on in the show. But yeah, man, since this is the first week of the year, usually things don't happen, obviously, right? And this week was pretty slow, so slow that our main story actually made it to a headlines. That's how fucking slow it was. But I do want to give a quick shout out to Hip Hop Gamer, because he actually made our last year's premiere episode like the bomb, because of the remastering engine. The remastering engine never came to light at the moment, but it was our big show of the year, and I want to use that to jump into this. 2020, despite all the bullshit that happened in the world, that was our best year on the show, like in terms of growth and audience and all that. We just blew up. We had literally hundreds of new followers on Twitch. The numbers jumped up on YouTube. Twitter obviously went up. So I was very, very happy with that. And I'm hoping that we could keep that momentum going into the new year, New year, obviously it's a weird thing because it's like mentally people are like, okay, it's a year, but we're still dealing with all the bullshit from last year. But, hopefully that also means we're going to keep that momentum from last year too, Throwdown. So looking forward to that, It'll be good stuff. But let's get into it, man. I almost didn't want to talk about this story because to me it was a non-story. But when you had the guy in question actually make a video about it, I'm like, okay, we got to talk about this shit, right? Okay, so the big story, quote unquote, big story of the day was that David Jaffe, this is what the websites were saying, by the way. This is what the websites were saying. David Jaffe, the creator of God of War, confirms that God of War Ragnarok, the sequel to the 2018 game, will be cross-gen between PS4 and PS5, right? So I'm seeing this, and I'm like, okay, I'm not debating what he's saying. I think he's right. But he didn't state it. He said it's his opinion because despite the fact that he created God of War, he has nothing to do with the studio anymore. He's not part of that, right? He's not part of it at all. As a matter of fact, he only started playing the new God of War like a couple of weeks ago before we went on vacation. This is when he first started playing the game. He's never played it before, right? So he has no insider knowledge. Obviously, he knows people in the studio and all that. People probably talk to him, but he just stated an opinion. But obviously, all the websites ran with it. They were like, oh, it's a fact, blah, blah, blah. There's other shit. The fans started going crazy. Some people were mad that it's going to be cross-gen, all this other shit. And it was just wild. But Manny, I want to start with you because you actually listened to his podcast. So you probably heard this live or something because he goes on and on and on. Yeah.
Actually, it didn't. I actually didn't. What he usually does is a thing called gabbing and gaming, right? So what it is he just plays a game. And then he has his subscribers or whatever, they can comment or kind of give him hints, all kinds of, usual streamer shit. Yeah. So he's playing toward the end of the game. And he's like, he's just sort of makes a comment like, hey, they're probably what they're going to do is they're going to do this, and then that's when people exploded. He did like a 4-hour stream and people zeroed in on that one section where he said that.
That's what they do.
But I think the thing is, he said stuff like this before, though. Like he said, they're gonna do this, and then he also recently made like kind of a separate video, which I think I sent over to you guys.
I saw that right before the show. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just him saying well, this is my opinion. I have no connection to this thing, but this is exactly what I think is going to happen. He said, even Ryan even said it to an extent where like a lot of the games, Jim Ryan said a lot of the games are going to be, on the 4, at least some of them.
Yeah, he said that they're going to support the PS4 for like the next 3 to 4 years, right?
Yeah.
And obviously, we saw what happened with Miles Morales. We saw what's going to happen with Horizon Zero Dawn 2. I know it's Forbidden West, but so if God of War is cross-gen, not surprising, especially because, as he rightly said, there are 110 million PS4s out there. That's a lot of people. We're going to get to PS4s in a bit later on. So it makes sense that the game would be cross-gen, right?
People are still having trouble getting a PS5.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, did you hear? I don't know if I don't
derail too much, Adam.
No. It's linked to this. It's linked to this. I don't think you looked at, but I was listening to NPR for a while. What was it, last week or early this week? And they had on their website showing all these big shipping vessels from China over in California, just out there in the bay, just can't dock in. And they said there's tons of items, tons of supplies, such of just stuff we order. And they just, due to the holidays and due to other issues, they just can't get to dock. And he said there's a bunch of items and goods that are just sitting out there, out in these shipping vessels, and they haven't been able to get in. So I was wondering, I was like, how many are probably filled with consoles and other things like that and gadgets that are just sitting in the bay that just can't get unloaded?
Yeah, who knows? Obviously, the big problem with the consoles is those fucking scammers and scalpers and shit.
Well, yeah.
That's the big issue right there. So yeah, again, I had no issue with what he said. I actually agree with him. I think it is going to be cross-gen. It's just the fact that all these sites just ran with it just because of the fact that he created God of War. Yes, he created God of War. No one's taking that away from him, but bruh, he literally just said an opinion, and you guys ran with it like as a fact. Even he had to call people out on that.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. Let me go to Twitch.
All right, you see it?
I don't see shit. No, it's on the other side now.
All right, we're live.
Yo, people, we're back, man. Technical. By the way, I love how my internet was fine the whole time I was on vacation, but it decides to fuck up tonight out of all nights. So, yeah. Anyway, what the hell were we talking about? David Jaffe? I think, Carlos, you were saying something.
Yeah, I mean, David Jaffe hasn't, been involved with God of War for, decades at this point. So it's his opinion, maybe he still has a friend or two that still work at Santa Monica, or in the innards of Sony, but you got to take that shit with a grain of salt these days, man. Because David Jaffe he's an influencer now. He's a
streamer now. That's what he is.
Yeah, he's a streamer now. He doesn't do he just writes, he puts his opinions out there, and that's about it.
Yeah. So yeah, here's the thing. Obviously, he created God of War. He knows people within the company, so he does know more than the average person. But at the same time, he doesn't know that much more. He doesn't work within the company. They're not going to tell him secrets. And if they did, if he knew secrets, he wouldn't be telling them.
Yeah, which is what he said in his video. He's like, if I knew anything, I wouldn't tell you.
Yeah, he wouldn't be telling people. So it's like, come on, guys.
Well, I'm
you got to
sure
remember, this is David Jaffe. He's the guy who flat out lied about Twisted Metal, right? They during E3, they asked him, "Are you coming out with a new Twisted Metal?" No, I'm not. No. I get all confused. So he was asked, "Are you working on new Twisted Metal?" He said no. Then, like a year later, he was on the E3 stage and I was singing new Twisted Metal. He goes, "Yep, I lied. I lied on purpose. Couldn't say it."
Well, because you. What do you expect? They're gonna say yes? No, they're never gonna say yes.
So this man is not gonna suddenly just leak shit like that,
Yeah.
So yeah, slow news day for sure. That's how that's
crazy. As crazy as that motherfucker is, he at least has enough fucking sense in his head to not go revealing shit all over the goddamn place. So yeah.
It was just funny how every site just ran with it,
Yeah, well, David Jaffe.
You said it. It's slow news time, right? There's nothing really going on, so they're like, "All right, fuck it." He said a little something, clickbait.
That's it. All right, man. Let's move on to the next story because we're still talking about Cyberpunk. By the way, there was a lot of drama happening with the game while we were on vacation, so we got to catch you guys up real quick.
Did you finish it?
Oh yeah, I finished that shit. I finished it like a week after it came out. Which was when we went on vacation. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna wait till they like fix it up on the console to get the trophy.
No, I finished it on PC. Finish it on PC. And the thing is, I finished it about a week later, but I kept playing for another 2 weeks. Here's the thing: I like the game, right? I actually really, really like it because I'm like, yo, this is cool shit. But I'll be the first guy to tell you the whole thing that happened with it was the worst fiasco I've ever seen in my life in gaming. Nothing tops this shit. Like while we were gone, they're getting sued by their investors. The company lost a lot of money and shit. And a fucking leak thing came out. We don't know if it's true or not. Talking about how much content they cut out or whatever. Craziness.
And they said that was bullshit, right?
They did come out to debunk it, but take that how you will. Take it how you will. So what we're going to talk about today is how, one of the things I always joke about is like this game is like doing what Bethesda does times 10, but now in that same spirit, now the way modders fix Bethesda games, modders are fixing Cyberpunk. They're fixing the game, fixing all the bugs, adding in shit. So let's talk about some of the things they're actually adding in there. Brian, did you want to say something real quick before I?
Adam said it first, that they came out and said that whole thing on Reddit was not, well, they said it's not true. They didn't say which parts aren't true. They just said it's not true.
Yeah, they just said it's not true. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so one of the things they added in was that you could because the game, for some reason, has no barber shops at all, right? So I don't think they added barber shops, but there's like you could adjust some more features afterwards in the actual game.
You can change your character, yeah.
And by the way, I'm reading this off of Polygon.
That whole thing was just weird. It's like in a Cyberpunk future, you can't change how you look. It's like, is that like an oversight, or is that something that they were adding at the end? Because it makes no sense. Like, it should be there.
Yeah. Another one was it says there's a bit better mini map in standard Cyberpunk 2077. Every time V gets out of their car, the camera zooms way in on the mini map, meaning you can't see the objective that got you out of your car in the first place. Better mini map offers new zoom options, the other features. Better mini map is the name of the mod. By the way, here's something I noted, right? Brian, I think you and I talked about this, right? So 2020, right? Why the fuck am I still looking at a mini map to get around places? I'm like, and this is a world that literally has holographic overlays everywhere, right? So I'm like, why don't they add that shit, while I'm driving to objectives? And here's the kicker.
Like Legion.
Yeah, like actually, but here's the kicker.
Yeah.
If you do the races in Cyberpunk, they have holographic overlays. So I'm like, hold on, you have them during races. Why don't you have them during the actual missions? So really crazy. Modders didn't add that, but I'm like, can you add that in, please? Because why the game? Look, the game looks fucking gorgeous. This is a beautifully realized Cyberpunk world. I should be admiring the environment around me, not a stupid little mini map.
I hate mini map. I hate them.
Yeah, and let's just be honest. The driving in this game is not that good. So what's happening while you're looking at the map? You're crashing into shit because you can't stop on time.
Well, it should be on. It should be on the screen. I think I explained this on like Mafia. I think has it, where essentially they put like sign like.
Mafia. That was an awesome feature. Awesome. You see like street signs, and it shows like an arrow. Oh, left turn, right turn, go straight ahead. Yeah. You never have to look away. You can just focus straight, just see it as you pass. It's like you're really driving.
Yeah. So it's like, okay. Again, the game has an in-game reason for having holograms. There's literally holograms everywhere you go, right? And then so I was like, okay, well, maybe they could implement this in a patch. No, there's already a system like that in the actual game with the races. So, makes no sense. Another thing that they added was there's even a new mod that here's a big one.
Good one.
Third-person camera.
Yep, that's it.
Third-person camera. So there you go.
But it's broken as fuck though, because
some of them are work in progress. Yeah.
Well, no, you know what it is? It's because your character is always there, even behind the camera, the way the game works. But the thing about it is that they animated the hands so that they would be in a first-person mode.
Yes,
so that's why it's goofy, because the hands are moving to what would look good in a first-person mode from your view, not to look in general.
Yeah, exactly. So they need to work on that. Another mod, it's not listed here. This one caused some controversy, though, right? I'm gonna try to avoid spoilers, but one of the romanceable characters, only likes women, right? So the mod makes it so she likes guys too. So some people are very upset about that for reasons you can imagine. You know, I'm like, just make a girl V and you're good to go. But I guess they want to plow her. You know. Let's see. CD Projekt Red announced an online mode. That's not gonna happen.
They talked about that online mode a while ago.
Yeah, they did. No,
Yeah,
the thing is, like, I'm just saying, like, yo, that ain't gonna happen for a long time. You got to fix your game first. You know?
Well, didn't they just advertise DLC coming out? So that's what people are bitching about.
There was going to be DLC, but they got to fix the game first.
That's what everyone was saying. It was like, why are you talking about DLC? Fix the shit that's already out.
Yeah.
Hell, it's not even on. It's still on the PlayStation Store. It's still removed.
Yeah, but I don't know if you guys want to address some of those rumors because they've been debunked. So I don't know how much credence you want to give to those, but you know, they were talking about like you could do more mods or some other shit like that, some more missions, like so who knows? But so I don't want to give too much weight to that, but kind of interesting. I wouldn't be surprised. I think they probably didn't get to work on a lot of things they could have because they needed to ship the game out. You know.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, it doesn't surprise me that they
were in your audio, the mic.
All right.
Okay, so I think we're back.
The only thing on my end is that Tony, for some reason, you're just as like these three little.
Yeah, I'm just circling for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
You know. I'll restart. You guys keep the show going then. Oh, by the way, sorry people, we're having some weird issues. So now Manny.
Yeah.
He's just like,
you've talked too much, Tony.
Oh, that was fantastic. I didn't even have to fucking restart it. Discord
just threw you off.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, continue. What the fuck were you talking about?
So, what it was, we're talking about Cyberpunk updates, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't even remember anymore. I'm fucking thrown off. I don't know what the hell we're talking about.
We got a lot of mods. There's a lot of mods. The PC community is going crazy with it, and I'm sure they're gonna make it better. They're doing a lot of good shit over there, and over time it'll get better. Just like GTA.
I have a question for you guys. I played a couple of hours of it, a few hours of it more likely. I held on this game because they were releasing hotfixes every week or every other week, it seemed like. And they were talking about a target date of January for a huge update. Mm-hmm. So my question is, and I guess Brian and Tony are the best ones for this question because they played it. I'm pretty sure both of them beat it. I don't know about Brian. I know Tony did. Should you think I should start playing it now? You know, you think it's a good time to play it?
Depends how bothered you are about the bug.
That's a good term, though.
Yeah, like if they really, really get to you and you want like something to be absolutely stable, like it doesn't crash, doesn't have issues, then no, wait. But if you can handle that and you can overlook it and you really want to like enjoy what's happening, then yeah, go for it. But only on PC. Because again, I keep hearing that the console versions are just not that great. But then again, you have a 3080, so yeah.
You got it? You got it? I don't know. I remember you were trying to get it, remember? And then you couldn't get it, and then they kept
actually, did I get
the
it?
Order.
I don't know. Yeah, I got
towards
one.
The year, right?
What happened?
You got it towards the end of the year, right?
Yeah, I got it towards the end of the year. I just don't know if I got it during Throwdown time, so I might have a point.
Yeah, no, because I remember you had ordered at some site and you were all excited, and then next you know, the next day they sent you a cancellation. They're like, nope, sorry.
Yeah, I told them to cancel that shit because they charged me like fucking like $800 bucks, or 900, and they told me that I should expect it like late December, and that was like in November, and I'm like, screw you.
Yeah, that was the last thing I heard. That was the last thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I got on Amazon. Well, I got tipped on Twitter, and yeah, like I went to like because there's like Fat Kid alerts. I don't know if you guys are Fat Kid deals. Like they on Twitter they're pretty good because they post like a lot of deals, and whenever like things go live like PS5s and stuff like that, they post links on Twitter. So yeah, they posted one for the 3080 on Amazon for an Asus Tough Series version of the 3080 card, and it worked for me. I'm like, oh, dude.
How do you like the card? Do you notice a difference, or it's new?
It's pretty beast. I mean, I upgraded from a 1080 Ti, which it's a significant improvement. I mean, I was playing Cyberpunk before, just doing benchmarks stuff, and I was playing in 1440 ultra wide with like high settings at maybe like around 20 to 30 frames per second, and then I upgraded and I'm doing and no ray tracing at all. And now with the 3080, I'm doing Cyberpunk on the same 1440 ultra wide settings, everything on ultra, ray tracing on ultra, with just a few tweaks. And yeah, I'm doing 60 frames per second on that. So it's a huge improvement.
Cool.
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, I'm just gonna stay off camera. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Yo, yeah, frustrating.
What
Like,
was that?
first podcast of the fucking year, and those bullshit has to happen. Makes me want to
2021, man. Can't wait for this year to be over.
Makes me want to. I'm not gonna make the joke. makes you want to join that Far Cry Primal guy at the Capitol building. Anyway, what the fuck were we even talking about, man? Did we get to the PS4 yet?
The video card. We're talking about his video card.
Oh yeah,
yeah, we're talking about Cyberpunk, and I asked,
from the Cyberpunk. By the way,
did somebody make the appropriate joke that this podcast was having as many crashes as Cyberpunk? Did we make that joke?
That was already in the chat.
All right, yeah.
This podcast is not sponsored by CD Projekt Red.
Yeah, but the reason I say this is because I said that, right, and nobody said anything. I'm like, damn, that must have been a bad joke. None of you motherfuckers are laughing. It turned out that my Discord died again. Yeah.
Why don't you try your phone? Can you do your phone?
Man, fuck that. I got my mic here. I'm good.
Yeah, he'll say, as long as he sounds good, it's fine.
That's what counts in the end. Because remember, most of our Twitch. It's pretty good though, because it's usually close to 200-ish. Anyway, but I'm gonna wait on the 30. I was originally wanted the 3080, but rumors are saying the 3080 Ti is coming, so I shall wait. See what the price is on that bitch. We wait. Anyway, let's move on to the next thing. So, huge shock here. Being sarcastic, obviously. Sony will discontinue the PS4 Pro. Starting it's starting in Japan and will probably happen here. And the reason they're doing this is because they want to allocate those resources to manufacturing more PlayStation 5s, right?
Yeah,
Here's what I find interesting. Manny and I talked about this before, right?
Yeah.
This is exactly what Microsoft did. Microsoft discontinued the One X, and the only one that's available now is the One S, right? So now the only one that's going to be available is the PS4 Slim. 500 gigs. It's the same thing. They did the same thing.
People talking all that shit. I'm like, oh, you see, it's not selling. I was like, no, that's just, they need it for all the materials. That's it. Just reallocate the materials.
No, what I just found funny is like people were, let's just be honest here, PlayStation fanboys were like, oh, look at Xbox, they're discontinuing that piece of shit because nobody bought it. I'm like, the Sony's doing the same thing. The PS4 Pro, guys, come on. And obviously they want to keep the PS4 out there because it's still selling. And it's actually the cheaper alternative. Think about it like this, right? The PS4 Pro didn't have, correct me if I'm wrong here, didn't have a price drop. So you're going to have a PS4 Pro for $400 and a digital PS5 for $400. Doesn't make any sense to have the Pro out anymore.
Yeah.
Makes absolutely no sense.
Although I'm kind of confused why they couldn't just do another iteration of the PS4 Pro and make it just a little bit cheaper.
They could have done that.
Yeah, because I mean, you want to showcase your games the best way, and the best way to play a lot of these games, Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us Part 2, all of these games that have all these performance and fidelity features in Miles Morales, is by having them on the PS4 Pro.
Actually,
why would
the best way of playing them is on a PS5, but
it would have been good. Like it would have been nice if they just did the changeover. So essentially, the only version of the 4 that you could get is a Pro version of the 4, and then just sort of, But then again, who knows? I mean, maybe creating the regular 4 Pro is expensive, so they're just like, all right, let's just cut the old one, cut the fancy one. because officially the fancy one, the Pro, is not the one they were making all their money on. It was literally
it was a regular one.
Yeah.
How much is that on cost now? Like $250, I think. $200, $250.
Oh, let me check.
Look it up. How much does the regular PS4 cost? But again, to make sense, that's the one that's still selling.
It's a collector's item now. Ta-da!
It is. Yeah.
Either one of the Pros.
Exactly. A limited edition Cyberpunk version of it though, like Xbox One X.
Ooh, I see it as $299 on Best Buy, the 1 terabyte.
Oh no! What about the 500 one? 500 gigs.
Ooh,
that's the one they're selling, not the gig one. The
PS4.
But yeah, it makes. Here's the thing: the PS4 will eventually get discontinued as well. That's just what happens with console generations. Probably in the next 3 years, I think. 4 years max.
What's the old saying?
What Jim Ryan said.
Like the old saying is you can sell your games if you want, but don't sell your consoles. And because you could always find the games out, but the consoles, that's a different story.
The thing is, even the whole thing with games, that's not really true now because all the games are digital.
Yeah, digital. Yeah, if you go digital. Yeah, if you're into all digital. I'm in all digital.
I am not seeing a 500 gigabyte one.
Interesting.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm at least on Best Buy. Let me check on Walmart.
Best Buy's the wrong buy.
Yeah. So yeah, that not much to say there. Pretty interesting stuff. But again, we saw it coming. But this is just for Japan at the moment. But I will say this because like Adam said, it's going to be a collector's item soon. May as well get your Pro now. Exactly. If you're in the market, but let's just be honest, just buy a 5 or wait for a 5. You can't even buy a 5 at the moment.
Yeah,
if you want one.
Yeah, I mean, the best bet would be like if you're out of all, you just have you have the vanilla PlayStation 4, or you can just eventually when the 5 is out, you can get that, and there's a marginal improvement on PlayStation 4 games. Ghost runs better. What was it? There was another one that was a pretty recent. Well, Cyberpunk runs better.
Yeah, it does. Believe it or not. I will say this though: if you somehow do not have a PlayStation but want to get into PlayStation, this is what I think you should do: get a PS4, regular PS4, right? Then when PS5s are available, sell your PS4 because people are still going to want that thing. It's still going to be selling. You could probably get maybe $100 back or something. I don't know. So that's what I would do. But don't get the Pro. It makes no sense to get one at the moment. I think that's probably another reason why Sony discontinued it. It makes no sense.
At $400, yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Makes no sense. Point, yeah. So either get a regular PlayStation 4, right, to hold you out, or just wait for the 5 to become available. I heard it's just rumors that there's going to be more stock coming in of February. And Adam, maybe they're on that boat.
He's gonna post that link. It's just legit. If you look it up, it's over in Los Angeles. That's what a lot of people were saying. They were in the discussion. People were like, "Oh yeah, we're hearing of all these shortages of various electronic items, stuff, and all those things are manufactured in China, and all these ships that are out there trying to dock, they're all from China. Yeah, it could be out there.
So there you go. So yeah.
Oh, and then the tax went up. That tax shit went live. So
the tariffs, right?
Yeah, the tariffs. That shit kicked in again. So get ready.
Yeah, I heard even with graphics cards too. I was talking to my boy about it. Like, here we go again. Oh shit, here we go again.
Still my 38.
Right. Make some money off that shit.
Make some moolah.
All right. Next story. Actually, maybe potentially last story of the night. We shall see. We're still gonna talk about the games we've been playing. Adam, I threw this one here specifically for you, my friend. Everybody, we know Peter Moore, right? Peter Moore.
Yes.
Sega, Microsoft, EA now, right? Mm-hmm. So he says that FIFA's Ultimate Team, their loot boxes, let's just call them what they are. He says they're not gambling. So Adam, what's your take on that?
Straight up bullshit. As most of you don't know, I am currently banned from.
Adam.
Wait, what?
So, yeah, it's a whole big shit. I got banned.
You want to say this on air?
I don't give a shit. I'm done. Nothing I can do about it. Those motherfuckers said that they sent me an email telling me I was banned, and I was like, I didn't get an email. They're like, well, you're still banned. For how long? Permanent, fucker. I was like, oh shit. But then they were like, all right, well, at least for this version, you can come back next year.
Be fair, Adam. It's your fault. You're doing something you weren't supposed to.
that shit. I'll tell people what I was doing. I was boosting hard on that. I was getting the cards. I don't give a shit because, like we talked about before, it definitely is gambling. You buy packs. It's like you get these people like, oh well, you're cheating because you're getting the cards. You're secondary because you're using coins. I'm like, no. When I played Magic the Gathering, I can go on eBay and get certain cards. I don't have to go and buy a bunch of packs and hope I get a Royal Assassin or something. I can just go find the shit online. So this is the same thing. I can either get players or I can just get the gold farming, just like you saw it in World of Warcraft. What they used to do, same thing applies here. So that's what I did. I went and got some coins and I got some of the players I wanted, and the motherfuckers banned me. A big message, boom, you're gone. I'm like, all right. But the thing is, it is gambling, because every week, every day, there's a bunch of every Wednesdays. Go ahead, go look on YouTube. You type in just type in FIFA foot, and you'll see there's people live streaming, because every Wednesdays you get these what they call the black cards. These are the informed cards, and they go live and they do team of the weeks and stuff like that, and they're only in packs for a certain amount of time, and they go live on Wednesdays. So you see all these people live streaming, just spending hundreds of dollars opening up packs, trying to get icon cards, and trying to get these informed cards. It's a lot. They make a lot of money on this shit, and it is gambling, and it's a pay-to-win system, absolutely, 100%, because you want the best players. There's so many times where I was playing, and when I was, doing it legit, just getting coins from playing the game, using it to get packs, not getting any of the decent players, and I'm playing against people that have Maradona, Ronaldo, and Neymar. I'm like, if you look up in the auction house, these players cost $1 to $2 million. You get like 400 coin from playing one match. I'm like, how the hell are they doing this shit? Are you kidding me? They're doing the same thing. And now and I'll say it, there's two methods of doing it if you want to boost. There is the one that they say, quote unquote, secure. And what you have to do is you go to these sites and you actually have to give them your login information to your EA account, and then they put the coin directly into your profile. I don't want to share my account. I'm not doing any of that shit, but some people do it, and I think it works, because I see YouTubers all the time and they don't get banned, and they're doing these live streams. Like, yeah, I just put in 4 million coin, a lot of them out in the UK and stuff. 4 million coin. Now I'm going to go and get all these players. I'm like, you're just live streaming this shit. Fucking EA, they don't see this? I mean, come on now. But whatever, I guess it is secure. And then the other way is that you would tell them what you want. Let's say these sites, if it's like $5, they'll give you like 50K, and then they'll tell you to post a player. You post a player, you put the sell price, buy now price for 50K, and then they go and they buy it from you. It's an automated system. You just go to the site, you click the one that you posted, and then boom, they buy it, and then now you have the coin, and that's how you do it. And so it's since I think 2014 that they really started cracking down and banning people for doing it. But a lot of people are like, hey, we don't want to do your loot box shit. It's fucking expensive and it's dumb, because none of these cards carry over. So let's say if you get this great squad, you get all these great players, you spend all this real world money getting it, and then the next year comes around and none of that shit carries over. You got to start from scratch again. It's bullshit. And they had said before, oh, we're going to implement some kind of system where you can at least carry 3 of your favorite players or something. But no, they don't do it. And so that was the main reason why I backed off from it. And then when I decided, because my brother was playing, I was like, yeah, let me do it. And I was like, but I'm not doing it through the pack shit. I'm just going to boost. And I did it. And they called me within like the first month. So that was it. It was quick, but whatever, I still play football. I still play it for the other modes. It's fun. It's a fun game. But that Ultimate Team, I know people back in the day, they got hooked, man. And just watching these YouTubers to a point where I can't watch them, because then I start getting that weird itch, like, because they're like, oh, you get 4 packs. All these cards are all in the packs now. Go now, go now. I'm like, but it's like, pulling a slot machine. You'd never know. It's like my brother does it still. Every week he puts in like $20, $30. And he'll get packs, and sometimes he'll send me screenshots. He got some rare cards, but I'm like, how much did you spend? Really? If you put $20, $30, you paid $20, $30 for that one player, because all the other cards are useless. They just discard. So, and that's the thing. And now, and so I'm not. My ban is different, because there's different forms of bans. So I can play everything within FIFA, but I'm banned from the transfer market. I'm not allowed to sell or buy players. But of course, they let me buy packs. Like, oh, you could buy all the packs you want, but you can't sell players. So I can buy a bunch of players, but I can't sell them, and then I can't go into the store and buy players. So it's a transfer ban. That's what they gave me, as a transfer ban. you know.
That
But
shit is crazy.
it's gambling. Whatever. I don't give a shit.
By the way,
You know,
obviously Peter Morse has to say it's not gambling because he works for EA.
But he knows.
He's not going to say it's gambling.
You know
all he had to do.
know,
did he explain how the system works? Did he explain it to them?
I think so.
No,
because once you explain it, anyone will see it as gambling. But you take money, real world money. What? Go, man.
But here's the thing as a person who works there, he's never going to say, yes, this is gambling. And number two, if they remove the feature, that is when they'll come down on it. They'll be like, well, we see that this feature was very similar to the way gambling is, and that's why we removed it.
Okay, hold on. I'm reading his statement right now. I'm sorry, this is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
His whole reasoning is because you always get something. It's not gambling because you're always guaranteed something. So that doesn't mean it's going to be good, you know? And then he literally says this is a personal view. Bruh. Let me read his statement. Okay. You're always getting something. It's not like you open it and there's no players in there. This is a personal view, but the concept of surprise and delight versus gambling on a continuum, they're a long way from each other. You buy or grind your way up to getting a gold pack. You open it up and you're either happy or you think it's a crappy pack. I don't see that as gambling per se, but again, this is my personal view as an outsider right now. Okay, bro.
Oh, yeah, he's not at EA anymore.
All right. This is where I call bullshit because the way it works is you have a bronze, silver, and you have the generic packs. But like I said, with the icons and inform, they put these certain players in these packs for a limited time and these small windows. And it's ridiculous the amount of in-game coin that you would need for it. But then it seems super cheap if you just use $2 or $3. You know, it's $2-3 real dollars. Don't worry about it. It's not going to break the bank, but they're going to get you. Can I get those players in those packs? Maybe not. But you're spending real world money, and it sort of puts you in that window. You have to use within 2 hours or within a weekend. You have to do this. That's the only way to get these players. Then that's it. They're gone unless you try to get it in the marketplace. So no, it's not like, oh yeah, you get what you want. No. Because you got to put in real money, and the fact that there's a lot of these players are only for limited time. It's not like, oh, anytime I can go get, let's say, the Tony Polanco inform card. No, it's not. You only have 5 hours to do it. So you either put in real money, or do you have the 15 or 20,000 in-game coin? When I told you average $400 to $500 per game, do you have that right now for within 5 hour window? Most people don't. So then they said, fuck it. All right, I'll give them $10, $20, $30, whatever. And they just keep opening packs. And what happens with most of these kids, and for anybody that's played Magic card stuff, this is the best way that I can describe. Because how many times did you ever open up a pack and you didn't get any good cards? And you get frustrated. You're like, I traveled to the store. I went, I didn't get anything. You know, fuck it. Let me buy one more pack. Let me get one more. I got to walk out of here knowing I got at least one good card. And that's what happens. These people, they open up a pack, no good cards. Fuck. Well, I know I got 4 more hours. There's a chance I could get one of the 15 informed cards that are out now. All right, let me open up another one. Another one. Next, you just spent $10. You didn't get shit. Now you're pissed and you wasted $10 and you didn't get anything you want. So what do? You could walk away, play something else, play the cards you have, or say, fuck, put another $10. All right, another $10. Let's see what I can get. That's fucking gambling. It gets that endorphin kicks in that you want to win.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah,
you don't want to leave until you get a win, and the win in this game is to get one of these informed cards within this small window, and that's how they get you because it is a small window. So it's not like, oh, that card is permanently. Whenever I get some extra money, I'll come back. No, you got to do it now. That's how they get you. And then they'll send you even notifications. If you get the app, I had the app, I'll get a little notification. Oh, you only got 2 more hours, buddy. You only need 2 more hours. You know, but I was like, no, I'm gonna boost. I don't give a shit. And yeah, so they got me, whatever. But it's annoying because I do like Ultimate Team. I do like the fact that building my own squad, getting these players, getting the inform. You know, I got a David Beckham one, which pissed me off that they gave me the David Beckham, and then the announcers, the commentators, they don't even say his name. I'm like, he's David Beckham. How do you not have these commentators say his name? They don't even say his number, nothing. And it's frustrating when I'm passing to all my players, and I got Sterling and a bunch of other great players and Pogba, and then I pass it over to Beckham, and it's just like they say, "Shut! Oh, to Pogba! Oh, that." And I was like, fuck, I hate that. That pisses me off.
Didn't the WWF games have like a way to make the voice say the names that you write in there?
They had pre-generated names, but come on, David Beckham, how do you not have it? And the version of the game I have is the David Beckham edition. So it's like he's on the fucking box. He's on the box. How did the commentators did not get to recording to say, hey, can you just say David Beckham? Thanks. All right, there we go. We put it in.
Or just a bunch of generic names like Beckham, David.
Yeah. You can't. Yeah, that's the thing. You can't modify these cards though. It's not like a career mode. That's it. It's like you have these cards, and then it just reads off their stats, and it does all this stuff, and it does it for all the other players. I have Sergio Aguero. Whenever he scores, the crowds are chanting Aguero, Aguero, the whole thing. It's great. So I was like looking forward to having that with Beckham, and I'm scoring goals. I'm like, shit, they don't say anything. They act like he's not even on the damn field.
He's not there.
Nothing.
He's a ghost.
He's not even there. Exactly. He's a ghost. And I was like, yeah, fuck. And he's the inform, a black card from the Real Madrid version. I was like, fuck, whatever. But
the one with the hair, the one with the long hair on the back.
Yeah, with the spike thing, and then with the wannabe weird mullet, weird shit thing.
Aren't you impressed with the hair physics in that game though?
No, the hair looks great. The sweat looks great. It's football. It is what it is. It's just that it pisses me off whenever they. That's why if I was interviewing him, it's like, oh, it's not a game. All right, can you just explain the process? How does it work? Because once you do it, anyone would know it's gambling. Because like, oh, I got to put money in, you get the packs, and then it's like, oh, I'm guaranteed to get what I want because I see you're advertising that within this 4 hours I can get this. No, you're just gonna get other stuff. So then what do? Well, I pull the lever again, I guess, right? I keep doing it.
It's like saying a slot machine is not gambling because you get numbers every time you pull the lever, Stupid. It's the same shit.
Yeah. It's dumb.
All right. We could fire off a couple of things here. Little news tidbits. So this one is kind of fun. Microsoft already debunked this, but one of the stories I was going around today was that apparently the reason Microsoft's Xbox controllers still use batteries is because of an ongoing deal with Duracell. And that actually came from like a Duracell's UK marketing manager. They said there's always been this deal in partnership with Duracell and Xbox. It's a constant agreement that we have. But Microsoft said, no, we offer people choices, but this is not a thing. But it just made me think about it, it's still weird that Xbox controllers, obviously you could buy a rechargeable battery, but it's still weird that you need batteries for this thing,
But it's cool that you could do that because remember that was the longest thing whenever you had one of the other PlayStation controllers that you couldn't take the battery out. If the shit died and you liked the controller, you either had to really disassemble the whole thing to replace it as opposed to an Xbox one, just go get some new batteries.
Here's my question. Has anybody here, I'm talking about the panel right now, actually experienced that? The reason I asked is because and Brett, thank you for that because I'm like, okay, I have PS3 controllers that still work, so I'm like, is this I know it's a real thing, obviously, but I'm like, it just seems like it's more of a hypothetical thing. But Brett, you've actually had this happen to you.
Yeah, of course. I mean, here's the thing, man. What if you don't have two controllers?
Yeah, I think that's could be the only thing.
Here's the other thing. You want to talk about it in context of against Sony, right? Like, yeah, okay, so Sony's better because it takes it has a rechargeable pack. Well, you can put a rechargeable pack in the Xbox controller that you can swap out for other rechargeable packs, which actually makes it the best option. Can you swap out a rechargeable battery on your PlayStation controller when it goes dead? No, you have to have a whole second fucking controller. It's bullshit.
I think I agree with Brett. That's the best option, but I think the bullshit part is that Microsoft doesn't include a rechargeable pack.
Yeah, like you have to buy one separately. That's the problem.
They're like $12. They're so cheap.
No, they're not.
No, dude, I bought a battery pack for Xbox. It was like what, $40 or something? Like, it's expensive, dude.
Why are you dropping that kind of money on it?
The play and charge kit is
the charge. For the first time when you go to get it, but you could buy them for like $8 separate. Once you do have the charging
rechargeable batteries in them. It doesn't even have to be a play pack anything. You could put literally any AA rechargeable thing.
But the point is Microsoft doesn't provide that. They just give you two fucking AA batteries that are gonna run out in 2 weeks, which is what happened with me when I bought my Sky Blue controller. What the fuck is called? I was playing Cyberpunk with it. That like those batteries are just dead. And I'm like, okay, so what do the people do? Actually, no, never mind. I answered my question. I actually have seen people literally buy bulk battery packs for their Xbox controllers.
Yeah,
like, how is that efficient?
It's not. That's stupid. I don't think it was designed to be used with Duracell disposable batteries. Like the thing I've always been like.
But they come with Duracell disposable batteries.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they could give you essentially with rechargeable batteries, but those get messy because they're different types. But yeah, I had always just bought one of those little like Duracell Energizer 4-pack rechargeable things that just sticks into the wall for like $10-12, and you're good to go. You have 4 batteries that you can charge at the same time, so you can pull them out, throw them in your controller, play. If they start to die, you just swap them out with the ones in there, and then you just pop them back in, ready to go. I mean, I'm a bit old school like that, and I'm not saying that's the best option. I'm just saying it's not as bad as everybody's making it out to be. Of like, oh, just use 2 AA batteries all the time. Like, yeah, that's wildly inconsistent. That is definitely the worst way to use a controller. But being able to swap out rechargeable batteries, in my opinion, is the best way. So it's both guilty of the worst way and the best way.
Yeah,
and it would be nice if it would be nice if they included it. It would, but it stops there for me. It's not a big transgression that it doesn't. It's a little bit weird, sure, but everybody has their own approach to controllers. Like PlayStation likes making controllers that have short battery life that need constantly recharge. Like, but I got my Nintendo Switch Pro controller. The thing lasts for like 60 hours. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? This is black magic in here. Witchcraft.
Yeah, no, the Pro controller for Switch is fucking legit. By the way, I looked it up right now. The Microsoft official Xbox One plain charge kit, which is what I bought, $35.
Oh yeah, so, I bought an off-brand one, but yeah. I mean, cool.
Yeah, so
that is not necessarily cheap.
Yeah. But but correct me if I'm wrong here, but Xbox is the only controller that I know of on the market that actually does take AA's. Correct me if I'm wrong about that.
No, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird, but
the Power A one, that controller you sent me for the Switch, that one takes that. That's not an official one though, but yeah, you're right. It does. Yeah.
So that was kind of interesting. Then I saw this other thing talking about Microsoft itself was actually asking players if they wanted haptic feedback like PlayStation, like the DualSense. So
that's one email I didn't get.
I
always get in the loop. When I saw that, I checked my email. I'm like, I did not get that email.
It's in the spam folder along with a FUT one from EA.
Yeah,
it could be.
Yeah, so I mean, it would be cool because haptic feedback is pretty awesome. I like the resistance on triggers when you're pulling on bows and shit. It's pretty dope. So that'd be cool with the Xbox. Because I'm playing Xbox. By the way, the new Xbox controller is fucking legit, but it is missing that after you used up the DualSense.
That Shock Blue controller, man,
it's dope. That is now my main PC controller.
They'll probably make the Pro controller.
Yeah, the Pro.
Oh, they do have that. They have the Elite,
Super Pro,
the Elite baby. Got back pedals too. By the way, I still don't understand how that didn't become a standard this generation. Back pedals are fucking awesome. You need a back button, something. Your fingers are already back there.
Who has the Elite? Here, anybody here?
I do.
The new one. You have the new one?
Oh, not the new one. The first generation one. It's my controller of choice for the PC.
My PC.
My PC's killed me.
It's great.
I'm 30. And here's the thing. I don't even use the back paddles, and I still prefer that controller.
Yeah, no, it's a good controller, man. So there's that. Manny, you talk about it quickly. So Nier Automata had a secret that people finally figured out. Even Yoko Taro congratulated the director of the game.
So years ago, I can't remember how long ago he said this, but when Nier first originally, about 3 years,
2017, right?
Yeah,
I believe.
3 years and 10 months. That's what Yoko Taro said. He said, "Yes, there is one last secret in the game." And if you find it, it's probably the most game breaking, not game breaking, but it's like the biggest one. And this guy actually found it out. It's like this section in the beginning of the game when after you fight that first like boss with the giant blades and you meet what's his face 9S. There's these barrels that are just randomly sitting there, and if you do this code, it brings you to the final ending of the game, and it unlocks everything in the game.
Oh shit!
So like the debug mode, all the secret, every single thing that you get from multiple playthroughs of the game. So
how did he find it?
Oh well, that guy kind of specialized. This guy's specialized is a coder, and he specializes in kind of taking apart games he really enjoys. In fact, one of the other big things that this guy is known for is he actually figured out that in PT the ghost chick is always following you behind your first person view.
Oh wow!
So anytime you see
that's creepy.
Anytime weird shadows and stuff behind you, it's literally that she's always behind you. So what he did is he figured out, he literally reprogrammed it and literally flipped the camera around, and so she's fucking standing there. So
wow.
Yeah, that was the big thing. But yeah, he literally looked in the code, and he's been finding all kinds of different things in it, and he found this one thing, and he's like, it seems like it's centralized in this location, and it seems to be sensitive to these specific buttons. And he did it, and then literally it took him to the final ending of the game. The part where you have to delete your save and all that other stuff. So yeah. So there you go. But the funny thing about that is somebody else looked at the code and realized, oh, this is not a new code. It's a code that is used in Platinum games. It literally spells platinum.
Oh, wow.
Like, it makes the Platinum P or whatever like that. So it was a thing that was in Bayonetta and a few other Platinum games. So, yeah, Platinum game, they put their own code inside of the game that you could only do in this one location of the game, which is pretty crazy. But one thing about like Yoko Taro and, the whole action of, completing games, I think he just wanted you to sort of complete the game. And I don't think he even really gave a shit if you got the trophies through the normal way. That's why you could actually use in-game money in the game to, when you won one of the playthroughs, you could literally use in-game money and literally unlock every single bit of trophies in the game if you wanted, instead of having to do it on your own.
Crazy.
So yeah, but yeah, so there you go. The biggest secret revealed right before in the same year that the new game is coming out. It's coming out in April. Well, the redo of the old game.
Yeah, the redo. Yeah. What else do we have here? Nintendo buys Next Level Games. Who is Next Level Games?
Well, let's look at them.
Didn't they do Luigi Mansion?
Yeah, they do Luigi's Mansion.
Oh, well, yeah. If it's them, yeah. Makes sense that they got them.
Yeah. Is that a really big deal, though?
I mean, I don't know what other franchises they're known for besides the Luigi's Mansion.
They did a Mario Party or something. It's just those two.
I see that as like... Games. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. To me, that's like the equivalent of like Sony buys Insomniac. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, they were already just doing those things. So, yeah, let's see. Let's just, for the hell of it, just look at.
Yeah, what have these motherfuckers made?
Yeah,
what have you done for me lately? Boop, 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 boop.
Okay. They're kind of an old school company. They did NFL Hits Pro, and then after that, it's all Mario stuff. It's Mario Strikers. They did Mario Strikers Charged. Spider-Man Friend or Foe for PlayStation. It's an Activision game. I don't know what game that is. It doesn't sound familiar.
I don't know if Spider-Man Friend or Foe.
Is that a Game Boy or some shit?
No, it's for Wii.
Xbox 360.
Xbox 360. Yeah. Ticket to Ride. Not sure what that is. Jungle Speed. Punch Out.
Oh shit! Okay, they Punch Out.
Yeah, the Doc Lewis Punch Out, which is the the DLC they did for it. Transformers Cybertron Adventures.
Yeah.
Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon
for the Wii, by the way. So they did that port. Interesting.
Captain America Super Soldier.
Wow,
that was actually a pretty good game.
Yeah, it was. I remember that fucking game. I saw that Comic-Con. I remember that.
Yeah. Luigi's Mansion Darkmoon. That's the 2013 one. That's
was that the Arkham Asylum type of Captain America game?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, it was.
I reviewed that for
Cool Stuff the blog.
That's right. That's right. Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Back in the day, man.
Do we even still have those articles? I think
I don't know. Yeah. By the way, for you guys who don't know, Cool Stuff, the blog was the blog that me, Chris, Manny, and Adam worked on. Before all this.
Well, we did. It was pretty much Throwdown before Throwdown.
Yeah, just in written form. In
written form. Luigi's Mansion Darkmoon, which was for 3DS. Metroid Prime Federation Force. Oh,
3DS.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that was the one that nobody cared about, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. And then
and then Luigi's Mansion 3.
3.
So,
so they're effectively a Nintendo studio, so not surprising.
Yeah, they've jumped around for a bit, but it's been Activision and Nintendo for the most of the part, and then it's a Sega game, and then so it makes sense that they picked them up. I mean, they'll probably just be the Luigi's Mansion studio now.
Yeah. So that's kind of interesting. And another thing I had originally here. So apparently back when the Xbox was originally coming out, OG Xbox, right? 2001, right? Microsoft tried to buy Nintendo and Squaresoft. And about Nintendo, they said they literally got laughed at for an hour. That's what Nintendo basically did for an hour during the meeting, just laughed at them.
Yeah.
Because obviously that wasn't going to happen.
Did they make an offer, or did they say, "Hey, can we buy you?" and then get laughed at? Or was it the offer that they laughed at?
They laughed at just being bought at, period, by a Western studio.
Yeah, they probably knew they weren't going to sell them. I mean, right? Isn't that like taboo for these companies out there? They can't sell.
I think there's a little something more than that. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I don't know if it's illegal or anything, but I know they wouldn't go for that. Most Japanese studios don't do that.
Well, there's a cultural issue, and then there's the business issue. Like Microsoft at that point had zero experience in video games.
Yeah.
So the idea of the company that makes operating systems and Office offering to buy you must have been hilarious to begin with.
Yeah.
They had no experience, and then culturally, this Western company that doesn't understand you at all is saying, "Hey, we want to buy you, and you make software for our console." But to Nintendo, that's laughable. They're still riding high off of saving the gaming industry in the 80s. They're not gonna listen to Bill Gates or whoever.
They go, "Foolish Bill Gates! How dare you!" Well, who's the Kimishima was the president back then, right?
No, that Yamauchi was still around. Man.
Oh, Yamauchi. So he
this early 2000s. Yeah. Oh man, so that's kind of funny because that's what Microsoft does. They have what we said, their biggest exclusive is money. Hence the whole Bethesda thing, But obviously they were more open to it than the Japanese studio, especially Nintendo.
What year was it again?
2000, 2001.
2000, yeah, and Square, I think Square was
it was still Square at the time. It wasn't even Enix
back in those days. And they were still sort of riding pretty high off of Final Fantasy stuff. So I don't think they would have been like, they would have been like, yeah, whatever. But then
I think they try to buy EA too. Like they try to buy a lot of companies.
Now EA, because EA was for sale for a while.
Yeah. But was it on sale during that time though?
But
I don't know.
But then they said, okay, this is what Microsoft did. They're like, okay, we can't buy these big companies, but we can give the creator of Final Fantasy his own game that's going to be an exclusive. And there you go, Blue Dragon, right? Wasn't that him?
Yeah. I love this headline from Engadget. Microsoft tried to buy Nintendo, but got laughed out of the room.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh man! All right, there you go. All right. So, what games did we play during our little vacation? So, Adam, besides what you talked about before, your backlog, what else did you play?
Did I play? I Ghost of Tsushima.
No, for the first time.
Yes, I played it once. And that was I don't know, something about it. It's fun. I guess it's gonna take time. I gotta sink in time to it, but I went into that.
Wait till you get to the dinosaur part.
Oh shit! See, there you go. And something else I played. Madden 21. Played that. That wasn't that good. I was hoping it would be a little better because they had just announced that patch because there was a delay for that the PS5 version of that. So that came out, and I was like, I don't see anything different. It's not like the way the FIFA played. So did that. What else? Anything else? I think that was it. I know the what you call it, Spider-Man of Miles Morales.
Oh,
Yeah, you
nice.
finish it?
No, what am I up to? What did I just do? I just did some shit. The subway stuff. I think
Be careful with spoilers.
Yeah, I just did some subway stuff.
Yeah.
So that's it. Anything else? And that's it. I'm really waiting for March because that I'm looking forward to playing with everybody with the Watch Dogs Legions, because that's gonna have that 4-player co-op. I think that game will be fun when it's a co-op experience, because everybody can get into the car and drive around and do crazy shit. Because I'm picturing in my head, it's almost like a GTA with hacking.
We don't know what's going to be in there, so we'll have to see.
Yeah.
All right, Manny, what'd you play?
Let's see. I played Spider-Man Miles Morales. I finally finished that one off.
Got plat?
Yep, got the platinum. It was a good game, nice and short and sweet. Again, it's like one of those. It's funny because it's a lot shorter than you actually sort of expect it to be. Like the main story mode is actually, like, they say it's like 10 hours.
No, it's 3. It's 3.
Yeah, it's short. It's short.
Yeah,
like it's shorter than I would have expected for a story mode, at least. But I guess once you put in all the little challenge missions and all that other stuff, then it gets a little longer. But yeah, I went in, played the game, had a couple of fun glitches. I think,
yeah.
One of them was, it wasn't that one where the character turned into some random object, but it did. There was one where everything turned shiny red. So like I was in, I think there was a portion in the game when I busted into some secret boss's area. You find out who it is. I'm not saying who it is. And then literally he was red, like blood red, but shiny. And so was the desk, and so were certain items in the room. And it happened twice. There was another point it happened too. There was the girl from the previous game, from Feast. She was red skinned. Her jacket was like chrome shiny for some reason. It was weird stuff.
Crazy.
But again, very little glitches in that game. Oh yeah, I did fall to the world once, but that happens kind of with those games, but rarely. But yeah, a really fun experience. And I was one thing that kind of messed me up a little bit is like how the city sort of semi-morphed. Things inside of the city that are there that weren't there before. So it's like, like that weird like science center that's all the way up at the top of the city now. All of a sudden that's there. For some reason the Chrysler building has disappeared for some reason. So it's like weird, like, oh, also all of Harlem, all of Spanish Harlem got like a visual upgrade from the previous game. So just for fun, I actually went back into the original Spider-Man game to see the same street where Miles' house is, and it's like, no, doesn't look the same. It just looks generic in the original game, which is kind of fun.
The way they keep describing Harlem, like it's this magical world, like it's a different island. I'm like, oh, the train to Harlem. I'm like, there's multiple trains that go to Harlem.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
The game is, and from a New Yorker standpoint, the game is obviously created by somebody who really only knows a somewhat surface knowledge of what New York is. And like, I mean,
he's talking about Brooklyn and loving Brooklyn and missing Brooklyn and going. Then
but why didn't you put it in
you
Brooklyn,
in Harlem? Yeah, you should have been in Brooklyn. Your school's in Brooklyn. He's always praising Brooklyn. Oh yeah.
You know why it was in Harlem, right? Because they already had the map ready.
Yeah,
they
already had. They didn't want to put the extra effort.
That's why they buried Uncle. That's why they buried a certain somebody that should have been buried in Queens in Harlem.
Yeah,
but that's burying him in Harlem.
Yeah,
see, but that's what I'm saying. They should never have mentioned Brooklyn altogether. Just make it seem like he's from Spanish Harlem. He's up there.
Well, certain parts of Spider-Man's family are also buried in Manhattan for some friggin' reason. That doesn't make like a sense. It's like, yo, bury them out in Queens. That's where you are. You ain't gonna bury them out in a cemetery that really doesn't actually exist in New York. There's no cemetery up where that is.
Yeah, big Harlem cemetery up there for some reason.
Yeah, that big Harlem cemetery that's up there. You know what that is in real life? That area up on the top of the map is where the Cloisters Museum is. It's a big, beautiful park that's up there in real life. But yeah,
and it should pick me off is with Spider-Man always telling him, it's like, oh, look after my city, look after my. You mean look at the borough, because you don't cover the outer boroughs. You're not covering the whole city. You just do Manhattan. You know what I mean?
Like a New Yorker, cover the city. You know, he's talking about Manhattan. That's what we call it. We just call it the city.
Yeah, we call that the city.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's saying cover the city.
Yeah,
you know?
it's a little fun. It's a little funny, but what's also interesting how they sort of upped the. I almost feel like they're sort of compensating for the last game, because the last game really doesn't do much of that. Like when you go up to Spanish Harlem, you really don't see as much of the stuff as you see in the new game, which is sort of fun and funny and interesting. It's like it's almost like concentrated, which is interesting in the way they sort of made it, because you're actually there now, right? As opposed to just kind of swinging through. But yeah. Great. It was a really cool game. I mean, I would like to see them do a little bit more with the character. Maybe actually give him a real game, give him a full-on game than just sort of like a,
Change his voice. He sounds too whiny. Something about his voice is just too whiny.
His voice was fine to me. Like, he sounded the same way as he did. You know what it is? His voice sounds too young for how he looks. He looks like he's 20. He looks like he's 20, but he does sound like he's 16 or 17 or whatever age he's supposed to be.
Are you gonna come here?
Yeah.
Hey guys, let's go. It's like, oh my god. Yeah, it's a little.
Luego.
It's the
worst. That was the worst.
Yeah, that
terrible.
That one. Well, we said that before, even the holiday. Yeah, like his Spanish pronunciation is laughable.
Yeah, and he's goofing on his buddy when he says Spanish. I'm like, yo, you can barely say anything.
Take care of mommy.
Yeah,
take care of.
Te quiero, mommy.
Como el estado.
Lubuela.
Abuela.
Lubuela. What the hell, man? Anyway,
yo, soy Spider-Man. Bruh.
Listen. I'll give him the gimme, because I know, because this happens all the time. Like, even in movies, you'll hear like some person who's supposed to be Spanish, and they're literally like, "Tu hablo español," really bad. So,
I remember the first Uncharted game. One of the main villains was like a Spanish guy, right?
Yeah.
So his accent, right, speaking English was perfect. It sounded like a Spanish guy speaking English. Then he started pronouncing words in Spanish, and it was all fucked up. What the hell? It just killed everything.
That happens. That also happens in Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. So the kid who plays Chico, he is really Spanish. You can tell he's really Spanish. But his sister and Paz is pretty bad. Like she said, like when she said arroz, she was like arroz. I'm like, what?
Oh.
Arroz?
Compollo.
Arroz compollo.
She's like when I made she's like this. She's like talking with the accent. When I made the arroz, I'm like, what? Where'd the accent go?
Yeah, no, that's what happened with that dude from fucking Uncharted. It was he's like, yes, I will destroy you, Nathan Drake, and I will also cook for you a roast. Like, what the fuck? Like, dude.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
anyway.
And then the other another game that I played was and I got the platinum in, was Black Set Under the Skin. If you guys remember, a while ago we did an unboxing of the game when I got it at the same time as Metal Gear. So we did, a bunch of unboxings, and I had the special edition with the statue and all that other stuff. So finally, I actually got to playing that game. Oh my god, you people! You think that fucking Cyberpunk is a glitchy mess? That game, my god, like it is. I think I posted a thing online where it took me 19, at least 14 crashes to finish the game in the normal story mode. Oh. But here's the thing, like the story of the game is actually quite good. It's actually very respectful to the original comics if you ever read Black Sad the comic. But man, that game. And then there's another funky thing about the game. Okay, so there are these collectibles throughout the game. They're all hidden throughout the level. Usual stuff. You keep looking around, you find them. But the stupid thing about them is that they're randomized. So you will not know. You don't know how many are in each level, and you also don't know exactly what they'll be at any given time. So you just got to keep scraping the areas, every single section of it, to see where you are, or see where they are. It's brutal. And in fact, they were glitched before they put this patch on that they had on it. And yeah, it took a game that only really takes about 6 hours to beat. Took me, because I was playing the game over and over and over again. And also, like, they have a level skipping thing, but you can't skip stuff in there, and that's the biggest issue with the game. Like, not only the glitching, but also it's supposed to be like a point and click adventure, but it doesn't have those point and click, those things that we've become accustomed to with those sorts of games. Like, you can't fucking run. Literally, the character's like strolling everywhere, like slow as molasses, and you're like, God damn it, I want to. Can we? And then the other thing that's missing, a skip conversation thing. So if you're like scraping through the levels and you want to find all the stuff and you want to make all the deductions and all kinds of find all the hidden things, you will always see the cinematics. You can't skip through the conversations. So yeah, it was probably the most difficult platinum trophy I've ever done, but I actually did do it. So yeah, there you go.
Crazy.
And then the last thing, and this is going till now, being that I played an open world game. Whoa.
Oh, somebody dropped.
Somebody, was that Adam?
Oh, it's Adam. Yeah. So he's back.
So being. Oh,
never mind.
There we go.
Just keep going. Just keep going. Ignore. Keep going.
Being that I was sort of played an open world game and I played this sort of glitchy mess game, I was like, you know what? Let me just go into PlayStation Plus and find something that's simple. Doesn't have a lot of story. Just enough to get you along. And I like, oh hey, look, I have Tearaway Unfolded. So yeah, I got that. Put that from the PlayStation Plus, and I've been playing that. Granted, I have played Tearaway before. I played that on the PlayStation Vita. When did that come out? 2012?
Vita, baby.
When did that come out? I don't remember.
I don't know. Shout out to Ricky.
2014 or something like that.
Yeah, 2014. I know I was playing Vita pretty hardcore back then. But anyway.
Rico, I know you're listening, man. You heard that Vita? It's like, what Vita?
So yeah, I was playing that, and I'm going through the game, and it's fun. It's fun to see the way they converted the game, and sort of it still has a lot of the motion controls. It's literally like it's like Astro's Playroom, but for PlayStation 4, because literally every single movement thing, the accelerometers, you touch the screen, all that stuff is all in there. So, but they kind of converted a lot of it. And then they also worked in the cell phone. Like, you can have the second screen app, which I've never used on the damn any games, but this game used it. And you can actually, in Tearaway, it's one of those sorts of games where you can kind of draw things and stuff like that. So, if they tell you to make an object, then it appears in the world. So it's easier to actually draw it on the phone than on the touchpad of the actual PlayStation controller. So yeah. And I've been playing that, and that's pretty much it right now. So,
all right, Mr. Carlos, what have you been playing lately?
I've been playing chess and Heroes of the Storm, and that's
Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah, man. This holiday season, I just haven't. I've been reading a lot of Attack on Titan. Caught up with that. But yeah, I haven't played video games this little break. So I don't have much to add to the conversation.
All right, fair enough. All right, Brett, what you playing?
I'm playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Oh, how are you liking it?
My favorite Assassin's Creed game since Black Flag.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's dope. I love probably some of the things that you hate about it. Like, there's kind of a free formness to it, like where you're allowed to conquer the world as you see fit. You can just go raiding. It's not just pick which task you want to do. It's more just meander around, fuck shit up, and the story doesn't necessarily call for a whole lot of immediacy. which I kind of like. And I also like there's little side missions. Sometimes they're not even put on as quests. They're just, you have to read this and follow this road south and do this thing. A lot of little world events are pretty cool. It doesn't hold your hand through a lot of things, and it gives you full range on how you want to approach any given situation. You can sneak in and just try for, grab the treasure and bail, or assassinate the person and bail. You can sneak in as, I'm pretty sure what everybody does, sneak in and act all sneaky until the first person sees you and then just go on a fucking murder spree. Or you can just go in and murder from the get-go with the help of a bunch of Vikings. It's cool. It holds your hand in the way that it should, and it lets you sandbox the way that you should. So it reminds me a lot of Black Flag. Sometimes you're like, I don't know, man, like, let's just roll around the pirate ship, see what trouble we can get into. It really encourages that. And the story is awesome without being... the weird thing is, I don't really honestly know what the story is other than the adventures of taking over England. Like, that's not... But it's the same reason I love the show Vikings. Like,
Did you see the last season? Did you see the last 10 episodes?
No spoilers.
No, not yet.
Oh, it's so good. So good.
But, like,
and there's a spinoff.
It's about stuff, but it's also just kind of about Vikings doing Viking shit. And so is this game. It's really cool. I was afraid I was going to be disappointed by no ship-to-ship combat. But the thing I didn't realize is, I had kind of forgotten, is Viking ships rarely went out into like deep open sea. They often skirted coasts and ran up rivers. So there's not really a lot of room for ship-to-ship battle.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, or that's it?
You want to be a pirate Viking?
Yeah.
Shit. That's awesome. They got the spinoff that's going to Netflix.
Brett, anything else?
Nope.
All right, good, because that leads to what I've been playing. Yes, I've been playing a lot of Valhalla. Man, okay, I'm like over 100 hours into this game with no end in sight. Brett, it happened. Brett, it actually happened. I said, fuck all the side shit. I'm gonna just do the main story because I can't do this anymore. This is too fucking much. Because if you guys don't know, I am a completionist, so this is the normal routine I would do. Right, I would get in new town, do all the main stuff there, right? Then clean up. Clean up takes about a good 20 hours per village, right? And even though I've been doing cool stuff, I've been listening to a bunch of Neil deGrasse Tyson podcasts and stuff while I'm doing all this grinding. I'm like, I don't know, and I think I said this on before the show too. I have this natural thing where I hit that 100 hour mark of like 99% of games. I'm like, I want to check out. I don't want to play this anymore. But I need to finish it. Obviously, I have that compulsion. So now I'm just running through the main story. But the main story is so long that's going to take a while too. So even though I'm enjoying the game for what it provides, it's like I hope Ubisoft scales the fuck back, because Assassin's Creed Origins was like 85 hours. Odyssey was like 120. This one's probably 140, 50. Like, Jesus,
you do realize
that, please. Like, let me finish. Spider-Man, like the Spider-Man 2018, 30 hours. You can do everything. Perfect. Ghost of Tsushima, 60 hours. You do everything. Perfect. You finish the games and you feel satisfied as a completionist, right? But this is too fucking much. And I'm glad I'm not the only one, like that I talked to is like, these games are getting way too fucking overbloated. I realize that you could skip all this stuff, but it's like, for me, I'm like, if I'm going to skip stuff, why bother playing the game in the first place? You go there to experience every single little thing that the developers put in there for myself. So I'm like, a little too much, but I'm like, listen, I just for my sanity, need to just barrel through this shit so I could just move on to something else. This is too fucking much, What were you saying then?
Oh, I think the days of completionists are honestly numbered. I think that they're trying to keep your attention for as long as possible.
Obviously,
when they're selling in-game loot. So there's not a financial motive to have it clean, tied up in a bow and move on so that you can go on to play somebody else's video game that you paid them money for. It's in the best interest of the company to keep you playing as long as possible. So,
this is their answer to overbloated games. This is their answer to tacked on multiplayer. Remember when that was the thing, Brett? They tacked on multiplayer to keep you on the title so you don't resell it. Now they just make the game 2 million hours long to keep you from reselling it. So I understand.
No, not even reselling it. Continuing to buy it. Like, as much as I like this game, this is the worst game in terms of equipment or freedom of such, or cosmetics. Like, you find some stuff laying around, but they are really getting you hard, really making it hard to not buy shit. For instance, even to just get one of each type of weapon in the game, you have to do some fucking scouring. And even then, you have to pretty much upgrade your weapons throughout the entire game because you don't find many. And you can't pick up ones that other people, like a guy drops an axe in front of you, you can't pick it up and even use it temporarily, much less permanently. The only way that you get any kind of new armor is by hunting down these special armor shrines, which you can then buy maps to point you out where the armor shrines are. So it's very, very, like, I feel the pressure to want to like buy gear because I'm like, man, I'm looking like a doofus for this entire fucking game unless I shell out $10 to look like, you know, a fire fucking demon or something like that. It's the pressure is real and noticeable, and it's starting to hinge on encroach on the play experience, but I guarantee they're making fucking money from it.
Oh, of course they are. That's why they keep doing it. You know, I haven't had that issue because, again, since I'm a completionist, I just find everything out there. But it's a pain in the ass. So I'm like, okay, I need to upgrade my armor. But the only way I can upgrade my armor is if I complete every single level. So I have enough resources to upgrade it. So you could see the grind. You already noticed it too. So, but I think they're just going to keep on going with this, this path, which is unfortunate because I'm like, okay. If I were just a regular gamer, I would not play any more Assassin's Creed games. I would be done. But Ubisoft hooks me up. I'm going to keep getting these games for review, so I have to keep playing them. And then my completionist ass has to finish them. So it's like, but it is what it is. Other things I've been playing. Okay, so this is kind of fun. So I had played about maybe 17 games this year. Not a lot because 2020 was not a good year for games. So I was like, okay, after I finished Cyberpunk, let me finish off some stuff I kind of had in the wings, right? So I beat Watch Dogs Legion, right? I was like, okay, cool, good game. That was 18 games beaten. I'm like, okay, I think I'm good with 18. But I was like, hey, I didn't finish Persona 4 on PC. Went back to that, right? Then I had 19 games beaten with 3 days left. If you guys don't know me, I absolutely hate odd numbers. I can't fucking stand them, right? Like, check this out. I'm turning 41 this year, right? I'm going to be annoyed until I turn 42. I'll be happy when I'm 42, even when I'm older, because that's the even number. Hate odd numbers. I can't close the year out on odd fucking number. I need to finish the game. What can I? So I went through my list and shit, and I saw Journey to the Savage Planet. I was on the final boss. Went there. Then I remember why I didn't beat the game. The final boss is just so annoying, and I would have to upgrade a bunch of my equipment to beat him faster. So I'm like, I'm not going to do that. So I kept looking, and I found Concrete Genie, right? I maybe played 2 hours of it, then reviewed it. It's a very simple game. 5 hours later, I beat the entire game, and it was good. But here's the interesting thing, though. Absolutely no upgrades at all for the PS5. It's still 30 frames a second and everything, So now I'm able to rest comfortably knowing that I beat 20 games in 2020. So I'm good. Yep, so that's what I've been playing lately. But right now, I'm just getting through this Assassin's Creed. Hopefully, I can finish it through the weekend. I just have to hold myself back. Like, Tony, don't get any treasure. Don't do side missions. Stick to the main path. Although I do have to say, I'm frustrated by the side missions. They're all goofy. They're all silly. Right? The main story has this very serious tone, right? And then the side missions are all goofy. This works for Yakuza. It does not work for Assassin's Creed at all. They're too so now with for example, Yakuza, even though I know most of the missions are going to be kind of silly, I look forward to them. In most games, I look forward to the side missions so I can see something new. With this one, I'm like, I just know it's going to be something really stupid and goofy. Some fucking I'm forgetting the name of it. Some fucking Benny Hill shit or some British shit, like some dumb stuff, And so I'm like, so it's okay leaving those behind. But yeah, Ubisoft, man, Jesus Christ. Even Watch Dogs was not as bloated as this fucking game, Anyway, end rant. Brian, what have you been playing lately? Or what did you play during the vacation?
I didn't play all that much. I mostly played Mario, Rabbids, and the something of Princess Peach. That Ubisoft one that had the crossover with Mario. That's kind of like XCOM. I just played that. It was really quite fun. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty much just a soft version of XCOM, but with Mario and Rabbids. It had its humor, so it made me laugh at times, but that was mostly it. I mostly spent time watching Black Mirror, and I I have to say, like, since it went on Netflix, it's gone a lot worse. Like, the quality of the show has gone down significantly. You can tell the episodes that Charlie Brooker wrote and the ones that he didn't write or he was partly involved in, because they have distinct worse tastes to them. So, yeah, like, if you're a fan, I'd stay away from season 4 and season 5. It's just not worth your time. But yeah, Mario Rabbids, watched a bunch of anime, caught up to date on Attack on Titan, so that's a thing that happens. See, I totally want to say things, but I really can't.
Yeah, and we ain't talking about no anime right now anyway. That's another show. Oh man. All right. Chris, what did you play during the holidays?
Well, so you ever curl a weight till you can't lift it anymore?
Yes.
So I got to new game +6 in Demon Souls, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm good now. I think I did everything, and I was just trying to collect everything. Like the old, that was the disappointing thing. The old trophies was like one of the old trophies for the Platinum and PS3 was to forge every weapon. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna try to do that again. So I pretty much forged everything and found everything, and then as I just looked at my pile of stuff, and I literally can't beat a simple boss anymore because everything is killing me. I'm like, yeah, I'm good now. I'm gonna retire.
You already got you got the platinum already right, for this one?
No, I need on my other character I need to do black character tendencies so I can get the mission to kill all the NPCs, and then I get the foes ring. I'm missing one ring. Yeah, I need the foes ring. I didn't do that yet because my character has pure white tendency. I can't get that guy to show up. So I was like,
you hit that point, man.
And then I just was, so I watched some movies over the holidays. I did like Brian. I watched Attack on Titan. Was thoroughly confused until I realized what time period it was happening in.
Don't spoilers though.
No, I know spoilers. But at the beginning, I'm like, what's happening? I don't understand. Where are they? What is happening right now? So I finally got straightened out on that, and then it made sense. And I watched a couple of old movies. I watched. I unfortunately wasted some of my life watching Wonder Woman.
God! Okay, by the way, I've never said, even about a shitty movie like Wing Commander. I've never said this. I wanted my time back. 2.5 hours. Why, dude? That movie could have been an hour shorter. And by the way, I said this to Manny. The first Wonder Woman movie reminded you of why you loved the first Superman, right? This Wonder Woman movie reminded you of why you didn't like the second Superman movie. Like, okay, this movie felt like it was actually made in 1984 with the goofiness. I'm like, this is how superhero movies used to be, how silly they were, And this felt like that. I'm not a movie review. Jesus Christ, man. But by the way, Carlos, man, public shout out to you, brother. Thank you for that code for Tenet.
Oh, no, dude. Yo, man, that movie crazy.
That movie.
It was a very good film.
Shit.
It's literally a video game film.
Yeah,
it kind of is.
This is not the movie cast, but Christopher Nolan, for the love of God, please do some better sound mixing with your movies, man. I have to put subtitles on.
It's funny, I didn't have that issue.
But no, but like by the end of it, I didn't. Here's the funny thing about Tenet, just real quick, right? After I finished watching it, I understood generally what happened, right? Because I'm into all that kind of crazy quantum realities and shit. When I woke up the next, okay, you ever have this moment where you're fighting a boss in a game, right? Tough as fuck. You can't beat him, right? Go to sleep, wake up the next day, you beat his ass in one go, right? Happening with Tenet. I was like, I kind of have the general idea. I woke up the next day, I understood everything about the movie. Like my brain kept working on it over and I'm like, oh shit. And then I was okay, because I liked it already. But then when I woke up, like, yo, that movie is fucking genius. Holy shit. But yeah, so yeah, good stuff. I think that's going to do it for us, people. Another good show, Throwdown. That's how we do. Apologies for the technical difficulties up front, but these things happen, but we pull it through. You know how we do around here.
I got one more.
You got one more game?
Well, no, I jumped back onto GTA Online because I want to play the KO Perico heist, but I need people.
Oh,
nobody's
hold on,
playing.
Chris. Are you announcing live on air tonight that Throwdown will be live streaming GTA?
Yeah, man, we got to play this new. It's a whole new map.
Do it. We could do. Oh, well, we were trying to do that. Remember, we did the casino. We jumped back in and we spent all the time in the casino. We didn't even do any of those missions. I think we did one mission where we escaped away from the casino, and that was it.
Yeah, I remember that. No, forget.
Yeah, all right, let's do that then. Starting tomorrow night. Let's fucking do this. Adam, you down, man? Let's do.
Of course I'm down. Sucker Free Sunday. Let's do this shit.
Fucking all right.
Make dreams happen. Make dreams happen.
I think Carlos and I were supposed to stream Halo 3, but fuck that. We'll get to that later, man. This is GTA, baby. I wonder how that thing runs. I mean, it's still going to be 30 frames on PS5 though, right? Because it's locked. It wasn't uncapped. Oh, well, what are you going to do? Yeah, so anyway, that's going to do it for us, people. So, as always, you'll make sure to follow us right here on Twitch and Twitter. Subscribe to us on YouTube and join the Discord where things are always popping. And of course, on Discord, you can always leave us questions for Throwdown Questions. We're back, people. That show's coming back on Sunday, so make sure you leave us 2 gaming questions starting tonight. And you could also find us on a podcast app by searching for Throwdown Show. And you can also visit throwdownshow.com to listen to past episodes. Links to everything down below. By the way, also enjoy some of the house cleaning that Manny and I did a little bit over yesterday. Little new graphics here and there. Nothing too big, but little something.
Now all of our channels have see our lovely little city that we have rolling out in the background there. So yeah, you see all that around there. Now everything has that. Now our Twitter has it and all that other stuff. Because it's all about that city.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's all unified. So yeah, again, we are back 2021. No more breaks until the end of the year, as always. So we're not going to keep on trucking 100 episodes coming at that ass.
One thing. Now for you, those of you watching on Twitch, we actually set up our schedule. So now, if you have any sort of questions as to when we will be streaming, what days we'll be streaming on, both Throwdown and Throwdown Your Questions are both on there.
Yes, exactly. Granted, our schedule doesn't change, but there are those cases where we do sometimes Wednesday shows, depending on the holidays. So,
exactly. As you know, we did take 2 weeks off for the vacation. So that will change our schedule. If E3 happens, that might change the schedule a little bit too. But
yeah. By the way, that's 100 episodes minimum. Obviously, we're gonna have more episodes than that because things always pop up. And yeah, we're looking forward to another great year from Throwdown. 2020, despite all the bullshit, was fucking great for the show. So let's keep it running, man. So that's going to do it for us. So once again, I was your host, Tony Polanco. And tonight I was joined by Emilio Lopez.
See you later, guys.
Chris Seeley.
Hey, take care, everyone.
Carlos Romero.
Deuces.
Adam Vale.
Yo, have a good weekend, people.
Brett Murdoch.
It's a real party, people.
And Brian Majoma.
Yeah, people say that it can't get any worse, and then it gets worse.
Waiting for that meteor, man. Waiting for that. Yeah. Well, actually, no. I'm waiting for Meteor Man to come and save us. How about that, man?
Meteor Man.
Yeah, Meteor Man.
All I'm going to say is that we have only just begun.
Oh, man. All right, people. We'll see you on Sunday. We're back. Throw down your questions, baby. Later.
Later, guys.
Later.
Peace.